Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my page. In this video I'll be unboxing and reviewing the new ASIAIR Plus, which is the third generation of ZWO's astrophotography controllers. I would like to thank ZWO for accepting me in the Experience Officer scheme, through which I have obtained this device at a discounted price. The video will be split into the following sections, so feel free to watch the entire video or skip to the section that interests you. Do note that I won't be covering the app which controls the device. The ASIAIR Plus is a Raspberry Pi computer with a custom power distribution section designed specifically for astrophotography. It provides an integrated solution of connecting all the necessary equipment such as the mount, camera, electronic focuser, filter wheel and other accessories, and controlling them through a streamlined application. Through the dedicated app, you'll be able to set up your image acquisition in various modes such as auto run for unmanned imaging, plan if you wish to shoot multiple targets or do mosaics, or video for planetary imaging. The device supports many common astrophotography functions such as polar alignment, autofocus, plate solving, auto guiding, meridian flip and others. Please note that while the unit works with more than 400 EQ mounts and a large selection of Canon and Nikon DSLR cameras, when it comes to dedicated astro cameras, filter wheels or electronic focusers, it only supports the ones made by ZWO. Let's now quickly take a look at the box and what is supplied with the device. As we open the box, we are greeted with a card thanking the ASIAIR users for their support. Underneath the card, we find the device itself, and in the lower section we have two bags with cables and the quick start and activation guides. The cable that comes in the box are a 0.75 meter USB 3 and 4 male DC cables and a 1.5 meter female to male DC extension cable. It's important to note that the device doesn't come with a power supply. I think the reason behind this decision is due to the various ways people are powering their gear. Personally, I use a Lynx Astro 12 volt 5 amp power supply that I bought from First Light Optics here in the UK, which works great. Starting at the back of the unit, we have the DC power socket, the power, system and Wi-Fi status lights, the on-off and reset buttons, and the Wi-Fi antenna. The power delivery section features 4 12-volt DC outputs with a maximum output of 3 amps per port and 6 amps across all the ports. ZWO recommends using a separate power supply for the EQ mount, which is very good advice since some mounts might exceed the current that the Plus can deliver. There is also a DSLR camera shutter release port, which some cameras might need. On this side we have the Ethernet port to be used either with a Wi-Fi extender or by running a cable straight to your router. There are 2 USB 2.0 ports and 2 USB 3.0 ports. Finally, on this side we have additional mounting holes, the USB Type-C port for data transfer and a TF card slot for expanded storage. As some of you might be looking at upgrading from the Pro to the Plus, you might wonder what the differences are. Physically, the unit is slightly thinner and a bit longer. And although the ZWO claims is 13% lighter, using my digital scale the Pro weighs 230 grams, while the Plus weighs 235 grams without the antenna, or 244 with. The body of the device no longer has ventilation holes, with the body itself acting as a heatsink. In my tests, the Plus would run roughly 0.5 to 1 degree hotter than the Pro. The Wi-Fi range has been greatly extended by adding an external dual-band antenna, although the range is still not as good as by using an external extender. I personally use the Vonet's VBG 1200 extender set up in 5 GHz station mode, which provides a very fast connection between my tablet and the Plus. The OS storage has been moved from an external TF card to an internal embedded multimedia card, which eliminates the need of having to back up the OS from the external card. It should also be more reliable long term. I know that people have had issues with the SD cards malfunctioning after a while on the Pro, so this is a nice change. ZWO claims that the I/O speed is 2.5 times faster than the Pro, however I was unable to test this. For me, both devices feel really fast. The power distribution section now features 4 red LEDs so that you know which port is powered or not, and also offers real-time monitoring via the app, which I find really nice. Finally, the Plus has an USB Type-C port for data transfer and a TF card slot for extended storage. I really like how the Pro came with an USB stick, which I still use with the Plus, as for my own setup, it's a much simpler procedure to simply remove the stick and plug it into my PC, than to connect the power supply, which is actually mounted to my tripod leg, and also connect a USB-C cable. Compared to the Pro, the Plus requires online activation, which might be an issue for some. If you do have access to internet, the process is extremely simple and quick. Unfortunately, I have encountered a couple of issues with the Plus, all relating to the Wi-Fi connection. Initially, I was unable to set up station mode via my iPad with the device connecting and disconnecting repeatedly. Once I used my Android phone, I was able to set it up without a problem. However, the next few nights, using the device in both AP mode or station mode with either my iPad or Android phone, I experienced around 3 to 4 Wi-Fi lockups, where the device simply wouldn't let me connect to it for a couple of minutes. I have seen other reviewers mention this, and I'm sure ZWO will address this via firmware update. I absolutely love my ASIAIR Pro, and I really can't imagine doing astrophotography without it. The Plus improves on the Pro formula with a few nifty additions. If you're a user of the original ASIAIR, I think the Plus is really worth the upgrade. However, if you're using the Pro and have sorted the connection weaknesses, then the upgrade is not such a big jump. In the end, both are fantastic devices which make an already complex hobby that much easier. Thank you for watching, and clear skies.